Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back, or if it's your first time here, welcome. I hope you enjoyed this video as well as my channel. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button if you do. So today is going to be the second video in my makeup collection series. The first video in the series was more like a general tour of my actual beauty room, so I will link that down below if you have not seen that yet. And as for like actually showing you guys my makeup collection, I decided that instead of just giving you a general overview and sort of just skimming over everything, I would go a little bit more in depth and really talk about each specific product that I have. So I am going to be splitting out my makeup collection sort of like in different categories. So today we're going to be talking all about my foundations. I'm going to be talking a little bit about each one, and I'm also going to be doing a little bit of decluttering because I have not like gone through my makeup and actually got rid of things in a really long time. So I figured why not just do it on camera and sort of do like a little bit of a two-in-one. And I do want to mention that the makeup that I will be decluttering today is either going to be going to friends or family members if the product is still good and maybe I just don't like it because of a personal preference thing. And if things are just maybe expired, I will honestly just throw them out in the trash because I don't think anybody wants them. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Do not forget to let me know in the comments some foundations that you've been loving lately. Let me know what you think of the collection videos in general. I would love to hear your thoughts. Maybe you have suggestions for the next video. There's so many foundations to talk about today, so let's get right into it. Now, as far as how I store my foundations, I actually talk about this unit in my beauty tour video, so I'm not going to go too much in detail, but this is an IKEA Calyx drawer unit. Because the drawers in this unit are really shallow and pretty small, I really don't like to pile foundations on top of each other, so I actually do split up my foundations in 3 different drawers. So in one drawer I have my tinted moisturizers, BB creams, and light coverage foundations. In another drawer I have my medium coverage, and then in another drawer I have my full coverage foundation. So it sort of just makes finding what I'm looking for a whole lot easier. So let's first start off with the foundations that are in my light coverage slash BB cream tinted moisturizer drawer. So right in the back over here, I actually have quite a few of these L'Oreal Lumi Cushion True Match foundations. The reason why I have 3 shades of this is because it is one of my favorite foundations from the drugstore, and I do like to have different shades depending on where my skin tone is at that current moment. This is such a nice cushion foundation, especially if you have dry skin. It has a really nice like light to medium coverage and just gives you a really beautiful glow, so I'm definitely keeping these. Another cushion foundation that I have here is actually more of a newer addition to my collection. This is my Maybelline Dream Cushion Foundation. I actually recently tried this. I believe it was in like a testing new makeup video, and I loved this. This is definitely a little bit more of a matte foundation. It's not quite as dewy as the L'Oreal Lumi Cushion, but I actually do really like it because it's not overly matte, but it has that really beautiful satin finish that just makes your skin look really flawless. So I'm 100% keeping this. And if you're wondering, I'm in the shade 40. So another cushion foundation that I have in here is actually this Pure Air Perfector CC Cushion Foundation. Now, I have actually never tried this before because this is totally not my shade. It is way too orange for me. Like, this does not match me even when I'm tan. So because this just doesn't match me and I've never used it, I'm definitely going to be giving it away. Now, this one over here is the JOSIE MARAN Vibrancy Fluid Foundation. This is another one of my favorite like everyday foundations. It is so dewy. If you want a foundation that will make your skin look wet, that doesn't sound very appealing, but this foundation will give it to you. Like, if you have the driest skin ever, you will absolutely love this. I wish I could wear this more, but this is actually a little bit too dark for me currently, and I'm very rarely this tan, so I definitely need to get myself a lighter shade of this because it's so amazing. So now I have this Glossier Perfecting Skin Tint in the shade medium. I'm going to be giving this one away because I never wear it. This really doesn't have any coverage at all. It is extremely sheer, and I just never really find myself reaching towards it. There are so many other foundations that I do prefer, so I'm definitely going to be giving that one away. Then we have my Illamasqua Skin Base. I have the shade SB04 and SB3.5. I used this foundation a few times, and I really had really high hopes for it because I read such great reviews on it. I just never really fully enjoyed it that much, so I am definitely going to be giving these away. Next, we have the SMASHBOX Studio Skin Foundations. I actually have 3 shades here because I did get these in a PR box, so they did send me a variety of shades. I have 1.2, 2.15 and 1.1. I'm actually going to be keeping all 3 of these. I actually don't think I've spoken about it yet on my channel, but it is actually really gorgeous. It has a very natural finish to it. It has a really nice light to medium coverage, and it does look really nice and like hydrating on the skin. So moving on, I have this Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream. I actually really like this. I really like the way that it looked on my skin. It's a really nice, more of like a medium coverage tinted moisturizer, which I always appreciate, but this does have an SPF of 30, which usually I'm totally for, but for some reason this one sort of smells really metallic when it's actually on your face. And because of that scent, I just really never reach for it. I'm pretty sensitive when it comes to scent, so I'm gonna be giving this one away. Oh man, I don't like this one at all. This is the Becca Aqua Luminous Perfecting Foundation, and this one is in the shade Light. I've tried this so many times. I've tried to make it work over and over and over again, but it just doesn't want to do it. So I'm giving this one away. Do I even need to comment on these? These are the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Color Correcting Full Coverage Creams. I have the shade Light, Medium, and I actually have Fair that's in my vanity in my bedroom. I mean, this is my all-time favorite, like, everyday foundation because it is more of like a CC cream, but it definitely gives you more of like a medium coverage and just makes my skin look so like radiant and glowy no matter how my skin is looking that day. And it also smells like lemons, and it also has an SPF of 50. So moving on, I have these water blend foundations from Makeup Forever. I have the shade R250, Y245, and then Y225. I'm going to be keeping both of the Y shades. The R shade I'm actually going to be giving away. I've never used this one. I did get this as like a PR sample, which is why I have a foundation that's not actually my shade. This is a little bit too pink for me, so I'm definitely going to be donating this one. I'm going to put that in the no bin, but these two I am going to be keeping. I do like this foundation. It has a very, very, very light coverage, and it is buildable. It's nice because it's also waterproof. It's just a very lightweight and easy foundation to wear. If you're looking for something that's just, you know, gonna give you a little bit of coverage and it's not gonna look heavy at all. Before it was water blend, it was called Face and Body, and I had the Face and Body foundations in my makeup artistry kit, so I did really like them. I don't find these are exactly the same from the Face and Body, but they're still really nice. This is like an OG product for me. This is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. I think it's actually almost finished. I don't think there's much product left in here. I've had this for such a long time. Before the IT Cosmetics CC Cream, it was the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. I wore this every single day. I really do like this. However, because it is really old, I think I'm actually just gonna chuck it in the garbage because I don't think this is probably still good. Like, this is at least 3 years old. So I'm just gonna part ways with it, but it did definitely serve me well. I think it is a nice tinted moisturizer. All right, so now we have the Estee Edit Skin Glowing Balm. Now, I have like this weird love-hate relationship with this product because I really, really hated it when I first tried it because of the scent. First of all, it smells like pure roses, which I don't really like, and it also doesn't really have any coverage like at all. But then I started using it more and more, and I actually liked more and more how it looked on my skin. I liked using it more for every day when I just wanted like a touch of coverage, but honestly, I still just cannot get over the scent. So I don't hate the actual formula, even though I feel like it doesn't really do too much. I just really dislike the scent, and because of the scent, I honestly can never wear this, so I am going to be giving this one away. Two more foundations in the light coverage foundation drawer. This one over here is the Giorgio Armani Maestro Glow. This is a gorgeous foundation. I'm actually a little bit upset because I got it in such a dark shade. This is shade 6.25. I'm more of like a 4 in the like Armani Luminous Silk, so I definitely should have gone in a lighter shade, which is why I can't really wear it that often. But this is probably one of the most gorgeous foundations. It is so glowy. Like, if you have very, very, very dry skin and you're looking for an intense glow, this will definitely give it to you. It's a very liquidy foundation. You definitely need to set this one with powder. I just sort of regret that I got it in a deeper shade, but I'm still definitely keeping it for when I am a little bit more tan. And then last but not least, we have this Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder foundation in the shade 4. I was really into this at one point. It's just more of like a tinted moisturizer type thing. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. I am gonna keep this. So that is actually everything in the light coverage and tinted moisturizer drawer. So now let's move on to the medium coverage drawer. So the first product that is in this drawer are the Anastasia foundation sticks. Now, I really dislike these. I did a first impression on these, and you can see in that first impression that I was just not impressed. It just didn't work for my skin type. I think these are definitely more suited for oilier skin types, definitely not for drier skin types. Just made my skin look so dry and so cakey. So I'm definitely gonna be parting ways with these. Now here's another stick foundation that I definitely have quite an opposite opinion on. This is the Hourglass Vanish foundation. If you have been following my channel for a while, you definitely know how much I just adore these things. I actually have 3 shades here: Nude, Ivory, and Shell, and I sort of just go between the shades depending on where my skin tone is at. Has a really beautiful like natural finish. It lasts so well on the skin. I love wearing these more for like events, and sometimes I do like to wear it for every day, just like very sheared out on the face. It's just so nice. So I'm definitely keeping those. Now we have the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation. I used this once and it was in a first impression video that I did. I think it was about a year ago at this point, but honestly, just really did not like this foundation at all. Again, it didn't work for my skin. It was just way too dry for me because it is a really matte foundation. It just really accentuated all of my dry patches. So I'm definitely going to be getting rid of this one, but I think I know a few people who would actually really enjoy this. L'Oreal Pro Glow. Now L'Oreal Pro Glow is one of my all-time favorite drugstore foundations. I'm actually wearing it on my face today. This is just such a gorgeous dewy foundation that looks very natural on the skin, but still gives you more of like a medium coverage. I have 203, 204, and then 201. Such a nice one. Next, we have these 2 NARS foundations. This is the Sheer Glow. Now, I bought this, I remember, because so many people were raving about it on YouTube, and I sort of just wanted to like jump on that train, because you know when people are like raving about things and you sort of, you know, want to see what all the hype is about, so you get it yourself and then it just doesn't work out for you, but you just keep on trying. That's basically what happened with the NARS Sheer Glow. I just couldn't really get it to work for my skin. I just never really loved it, and I even bought 2 shades of it, which I don't even know why. These are also quite old, so I think I'm actually going to throw them out. They are probably about 2 years old at this point. Definitely time to, you know, put them in the trash, but I just really wasn't such a big fan of this. Another NARS foundation that I just wasn't such a big fan of is this All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation, and this is in the shade Light 4 Deauville. Just like the Sheer Glow, I heard so many people talk about this. I wanted to jump on the train. The train didn't want me on it because this just wasn't such a great foundation for me. Didn't really work for my skin type again. I just, you know, didn't really love it. I feel like there's so many other foundations that I just like so much more. So I'm definitely going to be giving that one away as well. Now here we have more of my luxurious foundations. I actually just bought this La Mer, the Soft Fluid Longer Foundation. You may have seen this in my recent haul that I did. Now I love this. I haven't used it from this bottle yet, but I have used it when I was in Vancouver. Samantha was the one who introduced me to this product, and it's just such a gorgeous medium coverage dewy foundation, really gorgeous for every single day. And I mean, it cost me an arm and a leg, so yeah, I'm definitely keeping this one. Another more recent addition to my foundation collection, and actually something else that I discovered when I was in Vancouver, is this Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude Cushion Stick Radiant Makeup Foundation. It actually is, I feel like, pretty similar to the La Mer foundation. It gives a really gorgeous, hydrated, glowy look to the skin. I did actually take the little sponge off of this because I felt like it was just not very sanitary, so I sort of just squeezed it out onto a palette or on the back of my hand and apply it that way. It's in the shade 1W2 Sand. Then I have my YSL Touche Eclat foundation. I'm not really sure, honestly, if I want to get rid of this or I want to keep this. I think I'm going to keep this because I feel like I could probably still try and make this work, even though I think I've had this for maybe a year and a half, 2 years, and I still haven't really been able to like fully love it on myself. But I don't know, I just can't get rid of it. I just feel this like deep connection to it, and I really don't feel like I could actually get rid of it. But I'm in the shade B30. It's actually a little bit too gold for me, but I still don't want to get rid of it, and I'm not going to. Oh man, this hurts my soul a little bit. This is the Kevyn Aucoin The Sensual Skin Fluid Foundation. I actually bought this because I wanted to try it out against the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea, because they're sort of very similar in their formula. It's the same like very watery foundation that's supposed to give you a really like soft matte finish. Again, this just didn't work out for my skin type. I don't really know what I was thinking. I do have dry skin. Soft matte doesn't typically work, although sometimes it does. As you'll see, some of the foundations that I have definitely do work for my skin type, even though they are a little bit more on the matte side. This just really didn't. It just didn't look good. Made my skin look dry and cakey, so I'm definitely going to be giving this one away. Now I have my Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. I'm going to be giving this one away as well. And I find this looked really cakey on me, and I don't really love the applicator on this as well, because it's like this giant doe foot, which I feel like just spreads a lot of bacteria if you put it on your face and then put it back in the tube. I feel like you have to use a palette with this, which I don't know. I feel like it's just a bit of a pain in the butt. Then we have my Laura Mercier Candle Glow Soft Luminous Foundation. I'm going to be giving this one away as well because I just didn't really love it. I feel like I'm giving away so many foundations. It's crazy. I really did not expect this. But you know what? Because of what I do, I try out so much makeup and I'm constantly buying foundations and trying them out and seeing if they're going to work for me, for you guys, so that I could give you a nice solid review. And you know, sometimes it doesn't work out, and that sort of just comes with the territory, unfortunately. But yeah, this one just didn't work out for me. I was pretty excited about it because it says that it's like a soft luminous foundation, but I actually found this to not be luminous at all on me for some reason. It just looked really dry on my skin, so I was not a fan, and I'm probably going to be giving this away to a friend. Now I have this Benefit Hello Flawless Oxygen Wow Brightening Sunscreen Makeup. I actually don't remember the last time I used this, and now I'm sort of want to remind myself to use this because I don't remember how I feel about it. So I'm definitely going to be keeping this, and I'm going to try it the next time I do my makeup, and we'll see how I like it then. It's funny, you don't really hear too many people talk about this anymore, but I definitely do want to keep it and I want to try it out. The Dior Air Flash. I bought this again because so many people were raving about it. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I think partly because the color that I got was not my shade. I got like Color Match at Sephora and they gave me such a bad shade. It's like so pink. So honestly, I can't even use this even if I wanted to. Maybe I should go back and get like my actual correct color and maybe I will like it. But because it's not my color, I don't even have the chance to like it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I definitely can't use it. It's like pink on my face. Next, I've got my Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation. I am going to be keeping this one. I do really like this formula. I don't really have too many thoughts in it, honestly, because I haven't used it too much. But now, because I feel like I've decluttered so many of the other foundations, I will be more inclined to try this since I'll actually be able to see it more in my drawer. So I'm definitely going to be taking that one. This is my Tarte Empowered Hybrid Gel Foundation in the shade Light Sand. I'm going to be keeping this one as well. I also did a first impression review on this, and I do really like it. It's a really nice hydrating foundation. The only reason why I don't use it that often is because it is in this tub and you sort of need to go through the extra step of like scooping it out and putting it on a palette, or like, you know, I just feel like it's not as easy to use as like a pump foundation, which is why I don't reach for it. Last but not least, we have my Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum Foundation. I love this stuff. I do love wearing this more on like an everyday basis. It smells really nice as well, which is always a nice plus. It doesn't have an irritating scent. That actually completes all of my medium coverage foundations. I can't believe how many I got rid of. I'm actually impressed with myself because usually it's very difficult for me to part ways with things, but I feel like I'm actually doing pretty well. I'm giving myself a pat on the back. All right, let's move on to the full coverage drawer. All right, so now moving on to the full coverage drawer. This basically obviously has all of my very full coverage foundations. So first starting off with my Kat Von D Locket Tattoo Foundations. I'm not really sure what I want to do with this because, to be honest, I don't really reach for these too often because they are so full coverage. Like, this could easily cover up a tattoo. So it's definitely a very thick foundation. It's hard to make this not look cakey. I think I'm actually going to keep it, but I'm not going to keep all three of these. I'm going to keep Light 48 and Light 42, and I'm going to get rid of Light 46. This is a cool tone shade. It's a little bit too pink for me anyway, so I think somebody else will be able to enjoy this, but I am going to keep the other ones. I don't know. It's not like I really use it that much, but I don't know. I can't get rid of it. I think giving away one is a good compromise. Okay, let's move on. Another very full coverage foundation, which I am going to keep, are these Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Longwear Liquid Foundations. Now, at first, I really did not like this product because I felt like it was a little bit too thick and cakey and full coverage for me, but then I tried it a second time. Actually, in my boyfriend buys my makeup video that I did, David actually bought me one of these, and I actually really liked it when I wore in that video. I think it's because I did not use a primer with it, and I just used moisturizer, and I also used a beauty blender. I felt like that combination sort of just worked a lot better with this. This is definitely a very thick and very full coverage foundation. I know a lot of people with oily skin who really like this. Dry skin people, I feel like I get a lot of mixed reviews. I know Kathleen really loves this product. This is just nice when I want a little bit more of like a full-on coverage situation. Now, our newer product that I actually very recently got is the L'Oreal Total Cover Infallible Foundation. This is the new full coverage foundation from L'Oreal. I'm obsessed with this. This is like probably one of my new favorite more matte foundations. Never ever would have thought that I would have liked something that was this full coverage and this matte. This foundation just makes my skin look so poreless, and it just works really well for it, which is so surprising to me. It's interesting because it's more of like a moussey texture, but it's not too thick. It's definitely not liquidy at all. And I love wearing this when I film because it just basically covers up all of my redness, everything, especially when I'm filming in 4K because man, 4K just shows everything. And this just, you know, it helps me out. It has my back. Next, I've got this Cover FX Custom Cover Drops. This one is in the shade NC30. I never use this. I bought this thinking that this would be like the best product ever, that I would use it all the time, just like shift my foundation. I honestly feel like I should have gotten a much lighter shade. That way I could actually use it to lighten up foundations that are too dark for me. But this one is like my actual skin tone color, so it doesn't really do much for me. Basically, you're supposed to use these drops to shift the color of a foundation, or you could also use them to increase coverage on a product, but honestly, I just never really use it for that. I was gonna say that I'm gonna give this away, but I'm still gonna keep them. I'm still gonna keep it. I'm just gonna keep it, okay? Next, we have my Makeup Forever HD sticks. I'm definitely keeping these. You guys know how much I love them, and I use this product so often. I have two shades here. I have 120 and 117. I'm currently the shade 117. 120 is when I'm a little bit more tan, and I also have 125 from when I'm like really, really tan. This is just such a gorgeous, very buildable foundation. You could get more of a light coverage if you apply it with the very light hand and blend it out with a beauty blender, or you could definitely get more of a full coverage if you apply a little bit heavier and blend it out with a brush. Just works so well, and it also looks really nice on camera, so I'm definitely keeping that one. EX1 Invisiwear foundation. This just did not work for me. Again, so many people were hyping this thing up, and I bought it, and I was just really disappointed by it. I just didn't really find that it was anything special on my skin. I don't know, it just didn't work for me, so I'm going to be getting rid of this. Armani Luminous Silk, definitely one of my all-time favorite foundations. This is in the shade number 4. I love wearing this when I go to events. It really just perfects my skin, but without it looking heavy or cakey or like I'm wearing too much makeup, and it just feels very luxurious when I wear it, so I'm definitely going to be keeping this one. This NARS Velvet Matte Skin Tint. Now, I do actually really, really like this product. It is another matte product that actually works for my drier skin. However, this is in the shade Medium 1, which is really, really dark for me, and because of that, I really very rarely ever reach for it. So I'm not really sure if I want to keep it or not. I think I am going to keep it because sometimes I am this dark, but it's just not that often. I'm gonna keep it. Next, I have my Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer in the shades 01 and 02. I really like this foundation. I think it's a really beautiful one from the drugstore. Definitely feels very luxurious for the drugstore. It is in like a glass bottle with a pump, which is really nice. A lot of people really, really like this one. It has more of like a medium to full coverage, has like more of like a natural finish to it. So I do like it, and I am gonna keep it. I'm also gonna be keeping my Too Faced Born This Way. This is in the shade Ivory. To be honest, I don't love this foundation. I don't reach for it a ton, but I just can't really get rid of it. I definitely feel like this drawer was not quite as successful as far as like how many things I got rid of, but that's totally okay. So here are all the foundations that I'm going to be giving away. Now that I'm looking at them, I don't really feel like I'm going to be missing any of them too much, so that just tells me that I made the right decision. I really hope that you guys enjoyed seeing my foundation collection. Definitely let me know what you would like to see next, because of course I would definitely love to know. Give this video a big thumbs up, and of course subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you guys in the next one.